Lovely. So, again, today we're talking about the toxic effects of detention. And we'd like to do something called a toxic tour. We're gonna move around a little bit for this. And I'm trying to think of a speaker situation here. We can make it work.
Free them all. Yeah, good luck.
We're going to first start at that gate. When we are moving together, to minimize any potential issues, please walk on the sidewalk, moving that way. Please make sure that you follow our security folks' instructions as we are moving along. So let's go down there, and let's do some chants while we go down there.
Let's see what this crazy bat does. I'm gonna follow her.
Over there, you'll be able to hear me.
Hear me roar.
All right, who has my clipboard? Yeah. All right. So this toxic tour is updated. We want to give credit to Rico Moore from the Margin, who did a very extensive study and research on the toxicity of this particular detention center. It's important to know first that this particular area is the traditional land of the Duwamish, of the Puyallup people. Excuse me.
Got that one wrong.
I have a script. I don't like using scripts. I was just talking to this about with someone. I don't like using scripts. You get what you get with me. So this land was a rich tidal estuary. Again, ancestral homelands of the Puyallup people. The land was colonized and established by colonizers after the eventual signing of the Treaty of Medicine Creek in 1854. This area, since colonization, has been heavily industrialized, and oftentimes you can smell it in the air. Who's been here when it stinks? Yeah. What would you say it smells like? Rotten eggs? Garbage? I'd say it smells like rubber a lot too, or asphalt, but worse. So this area is dangerous and exposes people in this detention center to many different pollutants and health hazards. Exactly where this detention center stands, right here, the Margin discovered that the site used to be a slaughterhouse that was established in 1904, which contributed both to petroleum and metals polluting the soil. for like decades. The other businesses surrounding this area was a Standard Oil fuel storage facility and a coal gasification plant. Who knows some of the businesses that are here today? Anyone know? Yeah. Yeah, they make like skate floor. Yeah, skate floor. There's a recycling plant right behind here. There's a dog food company. I don't know if it's still dog food, but right next door to the left of us, there used to be a dog food company as well. The silica? I don't know. That's a good question. There used to be a silica place. It might still be there as well. So you can imagine how these many different businesses affected the conditions of this particular land over the course of decades. This particular detention facility was conceptualized in the late 1990s as Correction Services Corporation, which is now owned by Geo Group, began
I
to
don't think they understand what that
detention
means.
Facility in
Expedited
the Seattle
is
area. Many local politicians
another
actually
Arturo.
advocated heavily for this facility to open here in Tacoma, including the
there.
Tacoma City
Right.
Council. Shame. Shame. Senator Patty Murray. Shame. And then Congressman to this
Another
district,
Arturo.
Adam Smith.
Arturo.
Shame. All of these politicians now somewhat oppose the detention center in one way or another. However, it's important to mention that Senator Murray did
Daily
accept
discourse.
$5,000 from Geo Group in campaign contributions in 2016. Shame.
Another Arturo.
So NWDC, this particular detention facility, is built on what is called the Tacoma Tar Pits, part of an EPA Superfund site. This whole area is an EPA Superfund site. The Department of Ecology of Washington says that the area is quote-unquote remediated. The EPA built a cap on this area to basically cover a lot of the things that were polluted in this particular area. There also was a report that supposedly much of the soil and the water that was affected by petroleum has been removed. But how accurate is that? We're uncertain. Right across from us, where Geo parks some of their vehicles and where they have their buses and their vans where they transport people, there used to be the fuel storage facility that we were talking about, where they had 4 underground oil reserve, like tanks,
yeah, the intimidation
and 13
stuff don't work
above
on me.
ground fuel storage tanks. You can
Another
imagine
Arturo.
the impact that had on this particular land. It's also important to know that Department of Ecology, their groundwater monitoring wells have detected diesel and heavy oils in well just outside the walls of this particular facility as recently as November of 2024. So how much can we trust that the cap from the EPA actually fixed all the pollution that happened here? Not. So, one more thing I want to talk about this particular site is actually the buses inside. We have been monitoring these buses for over a decade now. And there's a new bus that we've never seen before. When we walk back, maybe you'll be able to see it, and you can tell me why you think it's important that we note this new bus that we've never seen before.
There's like 30 or 40 buses that she's
Let's
talking
make
about
our way back
across
to the
street.
middle. That's one portion of the very toxic reports that we've gotten on this particular land here.
Yeah, so there's
We're
like
gonna make
over
our way
here,
back,
there's
and
like
I'll talk
30,
a little bit
40
about our work
buses
to
that
address
she's kind
the
of
other
talking about.
toxic
There's
parts,
like
the
big
effects
buses,
of
smaller
that
buses,
on
bunch
this
of
detention
transport shit.
center. So let's make our way back.
Let's see if the boomer follows us. realize how many people are watching her, right? This is good for them. They don't realize it. They're just unappreciative. This is getting their word out. They'll have more protesters next time. This is the little memorial that we checked out the other day. Nothing's really changed other than there's people here now. I don't know. She just has a heart on for me. I don't know what the deal is. I've been really respectful and stuff. She doesn't realize people have different opinions. I don't know. So the RB, it's an organization that helps migrants and stuff. I think it's temporary housing. They get a permit from Tacoma. I'll go back over there in a little bit, but another video I did film that. Tacoma gave them a permit for a bunch of random stuff. And those 2 tents along with the porta potty over there.
Okay. Oh.
Alright, I gotta get the breath. She's still here. She's over here. Right over here.
Off the top of my head.
Right.
Where's my clipboard?
She's still right here filming, guys. Don't worry.
Clipboard.
Got her in
Who has
every
Josefina's
scene.
clipboard?